Teachers should be knowledgeable in all aspects of disabilities because it will greatly impact the student. Knowing what the student's disability is like and what they experience will allow the teacher to better plan for the student and the student's well-being in the classroom. To know the cause of disabilities can be important because the teacher can avoid having the student get a learning disability while in the classroom. Another reason why it is important for the teachers to be aware of the disabilities is because it can allow the teacher to be prepared for any roadblocks that may come up and can help prepare to avoid them or get rid of them. I will consider the students' emotional and social patterns of learning for planning by knowing how each of my students will respond and react a certain way with each learning topic, test, assignment, and during the class. I will consider it by paying attention to each student and see how they do with certain things. And I will take what I know and use it with planning for instruction. If I know certain students struggle more with certain topics, I will use that to better plan to help those more while they learn it. With the dyslexia stimulations, after experiencing them, I learned a lot about how the student would feel, and I learned a lot about how to look for the signs of dyslexia and other learning disabilities. I also learned that it can be a very frustrating thing for the student to take on, so it's good to know what the signs are of dyslexia and learning disabilities to help them get the help that they need in the classroom and to prepare the best for them. With the dyslexia stimulations, I learned a lot about what it can look like and how it affects the students. I will use more time to help the students with disabilities and to make sure they are getting every information they need before moving on to the next topic in the classroom. Knowing what each student has can help me be able to help them in the best of my capabilities because I'll be able to know what to do based off each of their disabilities. Students without disabilities will get the same teaching instructions but might not need the extra help as students with learning disabilities, and that's okay. After doing the stimulations, I experienced some of the emotions a student goes through when their disabilities get in the way of their learning. They will experience confusion, frustration, and they might even feel dumb. But I can use my experience with that to help the child feel understood and not alone, and try my best to have the other students do the same. And I will continue to make sure that each student is getting involved correctly with other non-disability students. Knowing the basics of the student's disability and their needs can help create a good classroom environment for everyone because I will have full knowledge of the student and what they go through. I will use that knowledge to create an inclusive classroom by letting every student get treated the same and not having the students with disabilities be pointed out. Knowing other areas of the student's life, like what happens at home, if they have friends, and how they do emotionally, can really impact the classroom because while planning for instruction, I can use that knowledge to create activities or learning games that include everyone and that can help the students' needs get met as well. Using the statement on the integration of faith and work, IGCU, it tells us that we should live our lives for the common good and we can be good to our neighbors. With that statement, it can show why it is important as a Christian to be kind and loving to the students and families because being a parent or student with a disability can be very challenging, and just being kind and doing the good in life for them can show that they have support and are not alone during the challenges that they will face or are currently facing.